Michael Gillis. Michael, thank you so much for coming to our first event for 2023 for ATLC WA. Tell us how you found it and tell us about your business first and foremost, and I know you're wearing a number of hats.
Okay, well look, thank you very much for inviting me. And then I want to say one thing before I get off on all this. It's very rare for me to come to an event and give it a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I'll give you two. This was so informative. It was such a fantastic network opportunity, and it's unusual for me to leave an event and say, I've got three fantastic leads. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Now, me, what do I do? Okay. I'm currently the managing director of Castle Glen Filipino Foods, which is the leading importer and distributor of Filipino food and toiletries across Australia. I am the president of the West Australian and Philippines Business Council. I am a board member of the Asian Business Council of WA. I have a few other consultant companies that are all pro bono, and I'm not going to tell you anything about them because I don't want people asking. There's a way to get in. But the one thing that's dearest to me and closest to my heart is I founded an NGO called Belongay Philippines.
Okay.
And Belongay Philippines, the idea behind it originally was to bring Western Australian technology to the Philippines and to help them to lift the farmers out of poverty. We've had such an enjoyable ride so far. It's just grown and grown. We now are looking at bringing the Australian National Phenom Center into the Philippines. Nothing to do with farming, but there's no point in growing food if you don't know what you should be eating.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on that initiative. I think that's such a powerful, and it's a legacy, not just an initiative, because you're really making a whole change and opportunity for different lives around the Philippines.
Now, I'd like to say one other thing, because this is something that is so poorly understood about Western Australia. So many people talk about Perth as the most remote capital city in the world. If you're importing into Australia and you're in the logistics game, you know this. If you're coming in by sea freight, especially in my area of food, you want to be coming through Western Australia, through Fremantle, Perth. I'll give you an example. 2 containers leave Manila on the same day. They will transship probably in Singapore. We will have cleared it here in Perth 2 weeks minimum before they've cleared it in Sydney. And when the guy in Sydney is clearing the shipment, my product's in his shops.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So it's just one of the things, and these are the things that people would learn by coming to your event.
That's 100%, Michael. Thank you.
Loved it today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Michael. I think you're spot on. There's so many nuances that WA offers.
Yes.
And it's not just Australia as one market, just like many other European and Asian markets and American markets. We really need to understand how to do business properly in WA and how supply chains impacted, how trade's impacted. So, I love having your input. Thank you for sharing some of that knowledge tonight with some of the guests here.
Okay.
And look forward to seeing you again next time.
Definitely. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Michael.
Cheers.
Cheers.